Get your reactions ready. The live portion of the show will begin in just a moment.
High drive, right field, going back Hernandez, turning, looking, see ya!
Today is June 20th, 2023. It's the final day of spring, and the Yankees are hoping that summer goes a lot better. Tonight, they took on the Mariners behind Gerrit Cole. My recap and your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Ow! 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 All right. Oh, wait. It's been so long. We have to break out the fun hat. I forgot it existed. We haven't won in so long. My goodness. Welcome back, everybody. It's been kind of weird how we've had no Monday games for this entire month. And guess what? The Yankees have next Monday off as well. After a 4-game losing streak, a lot of positives tonight. Gerrit Cole was tremendous tonight. Absolutely fantastic job by Gerrit Cole. Anthony Rizzo had a great night. He picked up 3 hits. 2 of them were doubles. And, man, how great would it be to get him going for a while? Billy McKinney was showcasing the power that made him an early round draft pick back in the day and has made several teams want him in trades. Just a great night overall for the Yankees. Still only 3 runs scored, but on a night where your ace delivers in the way that Gerrit Cole did tonight, that's all they needed. Harrison Bader was back. He looked good on both sides of the ball. He picked up a hit tonight. He was 1 for 3. He also stole a base. Didn't have to make anything too challenging out in center field, but with Gerrit Cole pitching, he was throwing a lot of ground balls, so you'll take it. I think we took for granted how great Bernie Williams was out there in center field for so many years. Just never got hurt. I mean, once or twice he had an injury. 98, I think he missed a few weeks. But he was just always out there, always reliable, always clutch. And when you don't have a center fielder, you realize how much you need one, how much you rely on a center fielder to cover ground in Yankee Stadium, in the gaps. Just great to have him back. Carlos Rodon made a rehab start tonight, in case you missed it. He went 3 innings. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run, struck out 5. I talked to a couple of people who were at the game in person. They said his velocity is not all the way back, but he looked good, and he looked confident, and he was throwing strikes for the most part. I believe he walked the leadoff hitter, and then after that, pretty much got into a nice groove. So a few people have also messaged me to say that I should comment on the Brian Cashman press conference that we got before the game. So I do want to take a minute to do that before we get to the game recap, because this was not much of a complex game. We can go over it pretty quickly. But every time that I watch Brian Cashman or listen to him speak, I'm totally astonished by how many words he uses to tell us precisely what we already knew, for the most part. Still no idea when Judge is going to be back. Or they have an idea and they're not telling us. That's pretty much my estimation. But he's frustrated that the team has not been playing well. Obviously, they won tonight, but let's not disregard how poorly they have been playing recently and that the offense still is not back. Stanton had another tough night tonight. He was 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. He's hitting 196. Donaldson, 0 for 3 tonight. He's hitting 143. So still some things to be frustrated about. He was most concerned, it seemed to me, with DJ LeMahieu. Now, LeMahieu, we know, struggled last year because of an injury. This year, he has said he's healthy, but it sounded for the first time like there were whispers that he might be compensating for an injury or, maybe a recurrence of something coming back in that foot. Remember, he was going to get surgery. He didn't end up getting surgery. So we wondered how long he would last on it before he got hurt. And I have a feeling that he is dealing with something, and they're just not being public about it again. But he did sound concerned. They're going to give him a few days off. He did not play tonight. I wouldn't expect to see him maybe for the entire Mariners series. They want to rest him, get him feeling good, and then ease him back in. Now, they mentioned, or Cashman mentioned, that Peraza has been playing a variety of roles. He's been playing some third base, some shortstop, and some... Oh, it says Billy Judge. I just realized it says Billy Judge. Oh, man. Filling in. So, Billy McKinney, obviously, home run. That's a typo on my part. Anyway, Oswald Peraza's been playing third base, shortstop, second base, and has been, hitting pretty well in AAA. So, they're obviously prepping him to be able to take over at second or at third, or maybe even at short, should something happen to Volpe. But they also went out of their way to stress that Volpe's going to continue to play. He had a hit tonight. He's looked better at the plate lately. So I'm feeling good about what we've seen from Volpe over the last couple of weeks. I want to see him continue. Alfonso says, you see, relax, we're fine. Just because we won one game doesn't mean we're fine. We are still, I believe, 10 games out in the standings after tonight. We are 10 games. We are 40-33. But that is one game better than the Astros, the world champion Astros. So at least we're not the Astros. But we got a tougher division, in my opinion. I really believe that the American League East is the toughest division in baseball this year. So, all right, let's get to the recap. A lot of people have been giving Garrett Cole some crap because he has not been pitching, 7 innings. He's been essentially 5 and fly or 6 and fly for most starts because he gets a lot of strikeouts. He has a lot of deep counts because he's going for strikeouts. And I don't blame him. You can't give up a home run when the guy strikes out. You can't allow a base runner when the guy strikes out. It's one of those 3 true outcomes. And Garrett Cole likes to pick up strikeouts. But the downside with that is you use up a lot of pitches, and so he's not very efficient. Well, tonight he got 3 outs in the first inning on 6 pitches, no strikeouts. So, you got to have some innings like that if you want to be efficient. And what do you know? He got through the 7th inning. Nice job. Yankees jumped out in front in the bottom of the first. Torres singled and then scored on a double by Rizzo. But let's be honest, that ball probably could have and should have been caught, but we will take it. Maybe we'll stick with Billy Judge. Billy Judge. Making us say Aaron who? Billy McKinney added 2 more in the 2nd inning.
There it goes. That ball is high. It is far.
I almost played the Judge home run sound. I almost did it. Dr. Hitskins says, how dusty was the winner's hat? Pretty dusty, actually. I just blew some dust off it. It's actually pretty dusty. 432 feet on that home run from McKinney. Also, Bowers has been pretty good. He was 0 for 4. But with McKinney and Bowers, you've got some decent left-handed replacement players at the very least, in my opinion. Now, I've seen enough from McKinney that, I feel like whatever changes he's made, whatever adjustments he's made, are allowing him to have more success than he's ever had. And Bowers, I don't know what his OPS is right now. It's about 759. 759. That's not bad. That, replacement level, he's doing a fine job. We would love to have 3 real outfielders out there. You could live with Bowers in left field or McKinney in left field if you had Judge and Bader in right and center. Dwight Seymour says time for Major Leagues to go to one division. Interesting. That's a strange perspective. I believe back in the day there used to be just 2, like American League, National League, and then the winners would play each other in the World Series. Interesting in the 7th inning. Well, let me jump back and say, before the game, there was a basketball player, I can't remember his name, I don't follow basketball that much, came out and threw the first pitch. This guy's 7'4", and he threw a bad pitch. And then he chucked the ball into the seats. But somehow in the 7th inning, the ace of the Yankees, Garrett Cole, actually threw one that was worse. I thought he almost killed John Sterling, honestly. He threw it over the backstop. It was on purpose, obviously. He was sending a little message to Jose Caballero, I think that's how you say it, who was kind of messing with his timing all night. And, Garrett Cole, polished off the inning and then gave the little finger wag that you've seen a few times in the highlights there. And I thought he was done, but he came out for the 8th and got another strikeout and exited to a very nice applause. Frankie says Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, I knew it was a strange name that I couldn't pronounce, so I didn't even try. But says he's going to be the best player in the NBA. Seems like they're saying that about somebody every year. Garrett Cole was done after 7 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Very, very nice performance. After all the crap that we've given Garrett Cole over the last few years as a fan base, the man almost never misses a start. He takes the ball. Doug Rao pointed out the other day, I think, when we were talking about players that get angry, he's somebody who legitimately gets angry. We saw that tonight. But the man is, for the most part, reliable and consistent. And tonight, I believe that was his 8th win of the season. He now has an ERA of 2.64. Very nice from Garrett Cole. Yankees hang on to win a tight one and a quick one, 3-1.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
Tommy bringing up the insanity.
You're a winner.
Dilo said Mutombo fingers. The Mutombo commercial where he's like, somebody's like trying to shoot a paper into the wastebasket in their office and he blocks it. Somebody's trying to throw some stuff into their shopping cart and he knocks it out of the way. And then, no. Like, I love those commercials. Those are the best. A lot of belt candidates tonight. Rizzo had 3 hits. McKinney hit the game-winning home run. But in my opinion, the ace stepped up and got it done, Mr. Garrett Cole.
Let's go.
Welcome to my house.
Bet winner.
Parks and Young says, when will the Yankees cut ties with Donaldson? He is so hard to watch. That's something else that Brian Cashman expounded upon a little bit during his pregame presser. He said that he wants to give Donaldson more consistent at-bats and kind of evaluate, who he is after you get a larger sample size. Right now, they're thinking that the sample size is just too small. Let's take a look at the box score tonight. So, Yankees get 8 hits. Mariners just get 4. Obviously, the big night was Rizzo, 3 hits, and then a lot of guys with 1 hit. Torres was 1 for 4. Bader 1 for 3. McKinney 1 for 3. Trevino 1 for 3. And Volpe 1 for 3. Trevino's piece of hitting was my favorite. Opposite field, base hit to beat the shift. He tried to do it a little bit later on, but it got right under Ty France's glove. Got called an error. Probably should have been an easy play. Clay Holmes, didn't mention him during the recap, but he closed things out 1 2/3 innings. He has got a 2.35 ERA on the season. And that was pretty good, pretty efficient little appearance from him tonight. But overall, very solid game, and I like that the Yankees got it done without any major stress from the bullpen. Garrett Cole gave you a really good start, and then Holmes just came in and powered through the lineup for 5 outs. So very nice job from the Yankees. Frankie Baseball saying that this is Garrett Cole's 5th belt. That is 2 behind Aaron Judge. And that deaf dude, newest member, says, happy to see that the pitch clock has not affected Cole at all. Garrett Cole is somebody that works quickly in general. I got the feeling last year that, he doesn't spend a lot of time, kicking around on the mound. He wants to get up there and pitch. And Billy Judge, I think I might just leave it Billy Judge until he stops hitting. I think I might do that. Or until Judge gets back. He can be our new Judge. But I think that Garrett Cole is somebody that might actually benefit from the pitch clock because, he's somebody who can get inside his own head, right? He can shake off the catcher a bunch of times and step off a few times, just trying to, overthink the at-bat. Paralysis by analysis to a degree, and I think that led to some home runs last year. And this year he's just being more decisive and selecting his pitches quickly and just working quickly, and it's been fun to watch. Mr. Potato with all the emojis, Garrett Cole, I love that. I had somebody complain that I'm playing The Who too much, that little or is it the Ramones? I don't know. That little sound effect I just played, I think it's the Who. It was Paul O'Neill used to come up to that, I think, and then it would play when somebody hits a home run. Shoulda shot A-Rod. You got to change that name, man. That's ridiculous. Says, nice to see we are back to the homes that can tear through a lineup. It's all about the shape of his sinker, man. If it's breaking side to side, laterally, it's not going to be a good night. But if he's getting that good downward bite, you can't do anything with it. And, him throwing strikes is essential. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the scores tonight. Since we got some time, we had a request here. Adam says MLB scores. Right now, the Orioles lead 8-6 over the Rays. In the top of the ninth, looks like they're going to finish off the Rays, although the Rays do have a lot of comeback wins this year. Reds have been red hot. They've won 9 in a row, I believe. They are 8-2. Probably not going to trade Alexis Diaz now that they're winning and on top in the division. The Red Sox winning again over the Twins, who lead the Central. Mets down 3-0 to the Astros. Just one hit for the Mets tonight. Blue Jays beat the Marlins 2-0. And Braves beat the Phillies. Of note, that's pretty much all that's of note. Cubs beating the Pirates and Cardinals all over the Nationals late in the game. So I thought tonight might be a good night to walk through some baseball savant and take a look at some of our beloved Yankees. So let's just go around the horn and look at Jose Trevino. And we'll go through the entire defense, essentially, position by position. I'm not going to do the backups because traditionally they don't have a ton of data. It takes a second for this to load, but we'll go through his regular stats while we wait. 220 on the season for Jose Trevino, 3 home runs, 13 ribbies. And for some reason, once again, Baseball Savant does not want to give me. There we go. His framing is in the 86th percentile, so pretty much the only thing that he's a real positive on. You see, he almost never hits the ball to center field, especially not deep. Definitely doesn't drive the ball with any kind of authority to right field. Sprint speed, obviously low. Pop time to second base is in the 24th percentile. So pop time is the amount of time it takes for you to get out of your crouch to throw the ball to second base. Let's take a look at Anthony Rizzo. He obviously had a good night tonight, has been in a major rut lately, but on the season hitting about 270. He's got 11 home runs. And hopefully it'll pop up on the screen. It might be a little bit too slow to do this tonight. Baseball Savant sometimes is just extremely slow for me, and I don't know why. Okay, we're going to give up on this. We tried. There was an attempt. Game
over, man. It's game over. I gotta get out of here.
You gotta go.
Brett Doy says, you're a movie guy. You know what Shoulda Shot A-Rod is from. I don't know what that's from. The only thing I could think of, and I don't know the movie that well, is the one where Will Ferrell and maybe, what's his name? Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Mark Wahlberg, are cops, and I think Derek Jeter and Roger Clemens are in that movie. That's the only one I could think of, but I'm not aware of any other Shoulda Shot A-Rod type of quotes. Ray Rard says, why do the Yankees always give the Sox a win streak? Hey, it seems like the Yankees have been a springboard to a lot of teams getting hot. The Padres have gotten hot since they played the Yankees. Look, the Yankees just, they have not had a good year. Let's just leave it at that. Let's try and stay positive on a night that they won. But, hey, let's see here. Take a few more comments. Rizzo is close to 300 homers. I don't think he's pressing to get to 300, though. I think that's just one of those things. He just has gone downhill since Tatis ran into his neck. And that's just what it is. The other guys is what Frankie Baseball is quoting. Parks and Young says, Bader is an igniter. You got to love his energy. I also love that Billy Judge energy. Sorry, Wayward. Playing it again. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. This was a nice victory, but as Derek Jeter would say, it means nothing unless you can do it again tomorrow. I'll see you all on the flip side. Ball game over.
Most impressive.